It's time to see how we can use JavaScript to get the values entered by a user into a form field. This exercise will combine several things you've already worked with. There is a wrinkle, though. You've set up an event handler in the past with a click event. And to signify which event you are interested in, remember that there are lots of events being generated for virtually any user action. You used an HTML property called onClick. In this exercise, you're going to use a select box. For select boxes, we don't want to handle a click event, but a change event, that is, when the user changes the selected option. As this exercise shows, the deeper we get into these exercises, the more challenging things get. And you might start to feel like all the previous gains you made were illusory, that you really don't get this programming stuff at all. So let me introduce you, my fellow programmer, to a psychological trap experienced by pretty much every programmer I've ever worked with, including myself. It's called the imposter syndrome. When things get tough, it's waiting for you, telling you that you're a fraud, that you don't get it, that you'll never get it, and that you'll be discovered for the imposter that you've always been. I'm telling you the truth. Google imposter syndrome and you'll get a sense of how pervasive this is. So how do you deal with it when you can feel its icy claws gripping you? Someone asked the 16th century reformer Martin Luther what to do when the devil tempted them. Laugh at the enemy, said Luther. I like Luther's advice. The best way I've found to deal with imposter syndrome is to refuse to take it seriously. Don't argue. Many times finding myself in this bind, I've said out loud, yeah, whatever, every time I feel this way, it turns out to be temporary. So maybe this is time it's really true, but I'm betting it's just like all the other times I felt this way. You can try and see if that works for you. At any rate, you now know that anytime things get tough, the imposter syndrome is likely to kick in. Don't fall for it. Take your time to work through this exercise, and I'll see you in exercise 29.